Thanks for watching the video, guys. I would like to ask all of you a few questions. So, did you like the short film? If you did, what did you like about it? So I'm going to ask Kane first.
I did enjoy the short film because of the way that it changed partway through from the kid that got bullied point of view to the bully's point of view of what he was doing to the kid.
Okay, guys.
Yeah, I really liked how the music was played, so all of it, how he was behind him, because that's pretty much what the bully does with the victim, because the victim's not knowing what the bully's doing, which is pretty good the way it was filmed, which was like kind of stereotypical, but they did it in a good way.
Alright, Billy, anything?
I really like the ending where it shows scenes where, like, of the past where he did bully him, and then I seem to spot him being nice to his victim now because he's felt sorry for all he's done.
Alright, is that all? Yeah. So guys, did you find the short film engaging? Anything, Kane?
I think the short film was engaging. Yeah, because it was realistic. They didn't put anything fake in it. You could tell that, you know, maybe even from personal experience from who produced the film, that they know what they were doing, or even they did really good research on the film. So it wasn't fake, and you could tell that it was quite realistic.
Curtis, anything?
Yeah, I found it pretty engaged with like how it started to him bullying, but then how he changed his mood, which I found that pretty engaging, which is a pretty good message he sent really. Which is not to bully.
Alright. Billy, anything?
Well, the part where the whole thing seemed to be written down in the book and the victim was reading there, that seemed a bit off, but still pretty engaging.
Good answers. Do you think the short film has a specific theme, and how does it go with the film? Okay.
The theme of the film, I would think the theme was how the victims and the bullies perceive what's happening to them and what they're doing to other people. I think that's quite a big theme of the film.
Quite specific then.
Yeah.
So, Curtis,
I'd say I think for the themes is pretty much in the way bullying and happiness, because it's turned from, well, sad and happy, it's turned from like being sad to him, like, because to get bullied, but then to happiness because it's sort of made up, they just sort of bonded in some way when he felt bad. So, yeah.
Billy, anything?
Well, the theme was bullying, and then just going from being a bully to a friend. That was basically a theme. Not the most original thing, but still it's simple and gets the job done.
I agree. So now, another question. Can you tell who the main character is? If you can, who is it, and how do you know that? Okay.
The main character would be the boy in the classroom.
Yeah.
The victim of the bullying. You could tell it was him because the camera being focused on him and the story revolving around this one character.
Yeah. Curtis?
I think there are actually two main characters, like the bully and the victim, because when the bully like found out, you find out more about him, how he feels bad. It focuses on the both of them, mainly the whole of the short film. So yeah.
Pretty interesting. Billy?
I've got the same views as Curtis. I think they both have an equal role, because you see parts where the victim is all upset and getting angry, and then you can see the parts where the bully finds out, you know, he's done wrong, he wants to make up.
Alright. Now, now the main character is bullying at the start. Does he go from A, being bullied, and does he grow? Does something happen? Does he sort his issues out? Like, does he go from A to B? Does the character grow eventually in the film? Do you think? Okay.
Yeah, I would say that the victim doesn't change that much throughout, but the bully definitely goes from one point to another, from finding out how he's been affecting the victim and how he wants to change what he's been doing, so therefore he grows into a better person towards the victim.
Alright.
Yeah, I agree with what Kate says, but the bully, like, changing his actions sort of changed, like, the victim as well, because he sort of, like, gave sort of scared of him, like, worried about it, but him changing sort of changed him to feel more comfortable or open, really. So.
Anything, Billy?
Yeah, he basically just started off being a victim, and the bully was, you know, just a bully, and then they both, you know, progressed to a point where they realised that stuff like this. So we had like the victim got angry and started drawing things, which kind of took out stuff from his own personal time. So they both kind of grew as people.
Mm. Was there any camera shots that were interesting, like actually got a catch to you, and why is that?
I quite like the camera shots, how they did quite a close up on the victim when he was in the classroom, as it was focused on him, but you could see the bully in the background of the shot as well. I thought that was quite good.
I like that.
Yeah, I liked the bit where they got the note, which I preferred it. To the one where the bully actually saw that note, like how bad he felt, how he gave it to him. Just like a close up on him to show his expression of what it pretty much tells you how he feels bad of what he's done.
Billy, anything?
The very ending shot where it had both of them in the same shot, but you could clearly see the victim was significantly smaller than the bully. And like the earlier shot established that this meant the bully had more power, was much more threatening. But the second one put it in such a light that it seemed more like a big brother watching over his little brother type of thing, which made it a bit more impactful.
Good thought. Now, did you find any mise en scène that affected the film? And if you found anything, then why is that? Like, why did it affect the film?
I would say the setting of the film definitely, like Billy said earlier, it wasn't very original being in a high school, but you could definitely tell that yes, stuff like this does happen in high schools, and therefore the setting was fairly appropriate for what they were trying to convey.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with the mise en scène. That pretty much a lot of it was in it with the way it was typical like high school really. Kids who like in their own clothes, all in the class, man with the props. There was like notes thrown. That's typical as well to like past notes of bullying and all sorts like that.
Billy?
Yeah, kind of same views. It's what you expect from to see people in school. Pens, paper, notes. Clothes, uniforms, all that stuff. So nothing really special, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Can you describe the rhythm and the editing in the film?
The editing, it didn't have quite a rapid pace to it. It was nice and slow, so you could see all the different shots happening one after the other in a very timely way, but it helped the film, because if you just went from one shot to the next shot very quickly, it wouldn't really have the same impact as the transitioning nice and slowly from one to the next scene.
Yeah, I'd say it had a bit of a rhythm in it as well, just with each shot really. They took it in a slow sort of way, it wasn't like fast paced. Literally at times like with the setting to focus on the characters, their actions. Like each shot it started developing, so yeah.
Billy?
I think while the camera shots were interesting, it did kind of take away a bit of the realism, just because of how quick and flashy they seemed to kind of be. I mean, it didn't make it totally unrealistic, but it just did take away just that little bit more.
That's good. Now, so you watched the whole thing, so how do you think the main bully felt at the end of the short film? Has he learned anything?
As I said earlier, I do believe that the bully did grow and he did change to where he felt responsible for what he did to the victim, and therefore wanted to make up for what he did and possibly even become friends, or as Billy said, a kind of older brother figure to him, someone he can look up to. So yeah,
I think that in some sort of way he had the taste for so much, when he like saw people get bullied, he sort of like felt from their point of view, realising that it's a horrible experience, no one likes it, and he sort of felt bad and felt like change.
Billy?
Same opinions really. He realised what he was doing was wrong and he changed himself for the better. The main character at first didn't accept it until he realised that maybe he should also try and get a chance, and it's basically just the same opinions as those.
Now, I have one more question for you guys. What are the differences between the music at the start of the film and the music at the end of the film? What changes? Like, what does it affect? Okay.
The music, it kind of goes back and forth between the different shots. Like at the beginning, when the victim, he was by himself reading the books, it was kind of more had a higher melody to it. But when he was like with the victim, it become a lot more tense. The music was more serious. And right at the end, when you saw the bully standing over the victim, and it went from quite serious to soft, when you realise, oh, he's actually changed towards the victim, and yeah.
Yeah, I think like the soundtrack that pretty much conveyed like the mood of the characters, like with the way the music was playing, like with this sort of serious piece, it sort of shows that he was in a scared type mood and it was like really serious. But then when they were all happy, like, had sort of calmer music to convey that they were calm, they were happy.
Anything, Billy?
To me, the music sounded like it had the same melody, like it was the same song, but as it progressed, it started to get a bit more upbeat. And again, at the end, with the scene where it's, you know, the contrast with the past and the future, the past has like some ominous music, and when it switches to what it turned out to be, it goes back to being a happy, upbeat melody.
Well, very good answers, gentlemen. Thank you for your time.